Technical difficult. There we go. What the heck? I hate when it does this stuff. Okay. Hello, everybody. Let's see. And yes, things are a bit better, Bishop. I appreciate that. Still trying to decompress. It's been a difficult week, everybody. Thank you for the bits, though. I was trying to open that back up. Where are we at? Where are we at? There we go. Hello to Ryu, Higher Power, Magnolian, Goku, BMC, Steve, Glizzy, Ken, Jane, Michael. Oh, you're in Australia. That's cool. And Joey. There we go. I think I've got everybody over in that chat. And then, of course, we've said hi to Bishop. And now we have Simon, Harry, and then Magnolian switched over to the portrait. Oh gosh, why does it do this to me? Hello, I promise I'm not pasty. Well, not that pasty. Oh yeah, I gotta start up TikTok. Corey! Hello, friend. I hope you're doing good, friend. Our mutual person is walking Summer right now. Thought I would let you know. I have no idea why, but I wanted to let you know. Because my brain is doing weird stuff, as per usual. Alright, live. What's up, everybody? What's up, every day at Parker's, but today what? Hi, Austin? Hey, Yoshi. I know I'm missing some hellos, and I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. There's so many windows. Okay. AG came in. We have Ashcat. There we go. Panda. Paul. Saf. Kemkalo. Awesome. Oh, I forgot. I can do a thingy. I can do a thingy. I've never done this. Yeah, let's see on this one. Let's try to do that. I want to do it for there. Wonder what this should be. 26. Yes, 26 more days. I was about to ask you until what, and then I remembered. It's my birthday month. What should I do? Okay. Hey, Feisty. Hey, Chris. Hey, Wheels. I'm getting y'all's up there in a second. I'm trying to think of something. What should I say? I had a thought for this. I had a thought earlier, and then I forgot it. Doesn't everybody know how that goes? Hey, Chrissy. It's a good one. I don't know. There we go. Boom. Put that up there. There we go. That's what I was trying to finish up, guys, over on the landscape side. And now let's try it over here. Okay. Yep. Do it for the full one. Okay. There we go. Give that a shot. Okay. We've got over here. Hello, everybody. Hi, cuties and beauties. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful Thirsty Thursday. Remember those hydration and nom-noms. Now stay amazing and may the rest of the week go by and have a wonderful weekend. Watch her, guys. 60 days until yours? You think? Oh, or is it just close to 60? That's awesome. Marco, thank you. I'm right on time. Yeah, I was gonna say I should be right on time. Thought I did pretty good. Okay. I don't know what just happened. These cats do weird things. There we go. Awesome sauce. All right, I gotta finish expanding this up real quick. Oh, we're already there over on TikTok. Just a reminder, guys, TikTok does drive this show. So, we can open these up. See what happens. And thank you, Marco, for the 1 bit. Don't know what all of those do over November 30th. Okay. Introduction to the cats. Well, you can't see them. Safari's in the far corner off camera. She's the black cat, so she's the void kitty when she shows up. Sometimes she comes up onto my desk. All right. And then Bailey just ran himself off the bed. Hey, Jody. And I don't know. I'm also, well, I can't say that. You're just under 60 days then. Thank you, Marco, for the 100 bits. I like the it's like the confetti one thingy or something. Hey, Twista. Man, you guys are all counting down your birthdays. That's funny. I just wanted to put that up there because I thought it was fun. Well, we haven't had any callers yet, so there is that. They were definitely gross yesterday. They were something yesterday. Apparently, there's someone named... Oh. Got it now. Okay. 31 days. Today. This is the start of my birthday countdown. Nice, Jody. So your birthday is November 3rd. Nice. Oh, I forgot to... Dang it, guys. This is also the wrong prompt. Yeah. Haha. Here we go. Maybe that'll help. Working on it. There we go. Oh, Amagorg, thank you for becoming a sub. I appreciate that. Just a friendly reminder, if you're on the Blue app, you can do what Amagorg did and sub for 1 month free through Amazon Prime. Hi, thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I am 22.
Okay, and are you still supporting Donald Trump?
That is correct, yes.
That is correct, yes. Okay. And what year were you born?
2003.
Okay, cool. Your voice sounds young, so I just wanted to make sure. And you didn't sound too sure of your age, so thought I'd ask.
Nope.
All right.
No, I'm grown.
So we are now 8 months into Donald Trump's administration. Why are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Well, he's clearly getting rid of a lot of the criminal illegals. We've had enough of them. That's one of the biggest things. He's good on national security, and if we let in a bunch of illegals, it definitely jeopardizes national security. He's one of the few to actually take that seriously, so that'd be the biggest thing.
Take seriously, okay. And let's just look at one example, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So you're aware that Donald Trump had sent over 270 individuals to the El Salvadorian prison, correct?
Correct.
And that was called CCOT. Out of those 270 individuals, how many do you think had criminal records?
Well, I mean, were they illegal?
That is not a crime, and nor does it make them a criminal. So how many do you
coming
think...
into the country, yeah, it is. Coming into the country illegally is a crime itself. So, I mean, what
Doesn't make them
So they,
criminals. You specifically said he's getting out all the criminals out of this country, the illegal criminals. All right, so let's
yeah, as
try
an
this again.
well,
How many
illegal
of
aliens
them?
that make. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, how many of the 270 individuals do you think had a criminal record in any country?
Well, if they aren't U.S. citizens and they came into the United States, that in itself is a crime.
It's not, it doesn't make you a criminal, sir. Do you know what makes you a criminal?
Do you think going into another country and living there without having citizenship is not illegal? Like, can I
It
just go to
doesn't make
China
it
and
a
live there?
criminal. It doesn't make them a criminal. What makes
I'm
somebody
pretty
a
sure it is
criminal?
a crime. Yes.
Okay, I don't think so. You're getting caught up on crime being the root word of criminal, and I don't think that you're understanding that these are in fact different. So let's
Well, what do you
try this
define as
again.
criminal?
So, okay, so in order for you to be considered a criminal by our legal system, you have to have been indicted, had your jury trial, or pled guilty, and then been convicted guilty if you had a jury trial. So, let's try this again. How many of those individuals do you think had criminal records?
Outside of just entering the country, like been convicted of actual crimes? Is that what you're asking?
Right, because you're saying he got rid of all the criminals. That's again, that you have to have been convicted of the crime to be a criminal. So, yes, how many of them had criminal records?
I am unsure. But just to go back real quick, if you just a quick Google search, entering the U.S. without authorization is a federal crime.
It is a crime, but none of these people were charged
So
of
that would
that
make you a
crime.
criminal.
Oh, actually, are you familiar with Arizona v. United States 2012 Supreme Court ruling?
You'd have to jog my memory. It does sound familiar.
Does sound familiar. Are you from Arizona by chance?
No,
Are you familiar with Arizona laws?
no.
Okay. So, back in in 2010, they had passed a law was called Show Me Your Papers, right? And then it was sued and brought all the way up to the Supreme Court because there were parts within it that were questioning their constitutionality of it. And so within that Supreme Court ruling, the justices decided on a couple of things. Okay. Firstly, that it is solely the responsibility of the federal government to handle immigration, and they're the only ones that can actually be like, prove your immigration status or prove your citizenship status or your legality status to be here in the United States. What they also determined within that court ruling, and thank you, Scarlett, was the fact that, just being here illegally and being considered deportable does not make you a criminal. So when I'm telling you that they were not criminals, yes, it's a federal crime only if you are charged with it, sir. Then you are indicted and then you are guaranteed a court date by our Constitution.
Yeah, but the Constitution only applies to U.S. citizens.
No, it
You're not
doesn't.
entitled to court if you. Yes, it does.
Oh,
They don't have
okay.
the
So
same rights as
you're
me and you.
familiar with the Supreme Court, right? You are
Yeah.
familiar with the Supreme Court. Are you familiar with what their job is?
Yeah.
Tell me if any of these Supreme Court cases sound familiar to you. I do just have to. There we go. Wick Wu v. Hopkins. Does that sound familiar?
Well, what are you getting
No?
at here?
Okay, that's not familiar to you.
It doesn't.
Wong Wing v. United States. Does that sound familiar?
No. I
No?
don't
Okay,
study case law.
Matthews v. Eldridge. Does that sound familiar?
No.
Okay. Landon v. Palencia. Does that sound familiar?
No, none of
No?
them do.
How about Reno v. Flores? Does that sound familiar?
No.
How about Zavadias v. Davis? Does that sound familiar?
Listen, what's
So
your
none
point
of
here?
these sound familiar to you. Got it. Okay. So these were 6 Supreme Court cases that were brought in front of SCOTUS, and then they all ruled that all persons, because of the way that the 5th and 14th constitutional amendments were written, that all persons are entitled to the right to due process because the 5th and 14th amendments of the United States Constitution. So you are incorrect.
Due process as in what? If you are not a U.S. citizen and you're living here illegally, what due process is needed?
Oh, again, if you are to be considered illegal and you want to say it's considered a crime, and I'm sure, did you happen to even read to see what law it violates?
I mean, the specific
Did you
code of
happen to
law.
look?
No, it is a
Yeah.
federal crime though. Either way,
Uh-huh.
regardless.
Yeah, and what happens with crimes? Can you tell me, in order for you to be considered a criminal, you have to be indicted and convicted of said crime. So in order for you to have considered to have broken a law, you have to have been convicted of it, sir. That's what makes you a criminal. So when I'm asking you about the 270 individuals that were sent to CCOT and how many of them had criminal records in any country, it should have been a simple answer of I don't know, instead of trying
I
to
did say
like,
that. No, I said I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I
But
don't know
then you
how
were
many of
also
them were
like, well,
actually
they're not
convicted.
entitled to due process. They're all criminals. So we're
not.
going to go ahead and help you out here, okay? We're going to put this up on the screen. We're going to start with the 14th Amendment, and then I'll go ahead and move back to the 5th Amendment in a moment. But I'm going to read this out here for you, okay? And this is literally the very beginning of the 14th Amendment, all right? All persons
Sure.
born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. You see how any person is in there twice? That's
Well,
why we
regardless,
have 6 Supreme Court cases that rule that this covers illegal immigrants or immigrants in general, because it's all persons. Because otherwise, if you, let's say you were to go to France and you were to rob a store, right? If you weren't subject to the jurisdiction of that
they'd have the right
country,
to deport you back.
and they
They
also
have
have
that
the
right
right
without
to
the law.
convict you, as they do with plenty of our United States citizens in other countries all the time. They put us in front of a judge and jury, and then they convict us in their courts of law. Congratulations. Same thing that happens here in the United States of America. They also
Well,
get
fair
their
enough,
day in
but they still
court
have the right
when
to
they're
deport you.
charged with a crime. So when we're talking about if these individuals are criminals, and I'm asking you very specific questions, and we're trying to see, how are they criminals? Have they been convicted of crimes? And you're just kind of like, oh, I don't know, because I haven't looked it up. But here, we'll also go back all the way to the 5th Amendment. And what I love about the 5th Amendment is this makes it clear within the first 2 words of the 5th Amendment how this applies to everyone, regardless of citizenship status or legal immigration status. Okay, this is the best one. Here we go. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment of or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be put in jeopardy of twice, to be put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Do you see how the very two first words are no person? And then it also says any person.
Well, can I just ask you, do you think they have the right to stay?
Do they have the right to stay? No, sir. I believe
Even if
that they are also guaranteed the right to their own civil trial to be heard in immigration court to be decide whether they can stay here or not.
Yeah, and if it takes 10, 20 years for that trial date to actually appear, like it does in many cases with customs enforcement, you think they should be
not through customs
able
enforcement.
To stay?
It's just that we have
Like
a
remain
lack
in Mexico.
of judges.
Do you agree with remain in Mexico
Absolutely
until you
not.
actually have Why?
Absolutely not.
So
Why?
so
Because I don't know. Are
you
you
can stay
aware?
here
Are you
illegally.
aware? Are you aware of a Supreme Court ruling of in 2022 in regards to remain in Mexico policy?
It's a good policy regardless.
Are
Why should
you
someone?
aware of the Supreme Court ruling in 2022 in regards to the remain in Mexico policy?
Oh, enlighten me.
Cool. So they ruled in 2022 that the Biden administration had full authority to end remain in Mexico because it brought up humanitarian concerns. It literally brought up a
I'll
humanitarian
give you a break.
crisis. And I'm also going to let you know as well that remain in Mexico, do you think, and I'm just curious on something, do you think that affected illegal immigration or legal immigration?
Either way,
No, no, no.
if
This
if
has
you're
one
not a
of two
citizen, you
answers.
don't have the right
This
to
has
stay
one
here.
of two answers. Or again, let's try this again. Do you think that remain in Mexico affected legal immigration or illegal immigration?
Mostly illegal.
Incorrect. See, remain in Mexico was strictly an enforcement on asylum seekers, which is a legal way of becoming an immigrant into this country. And it makes you a
Yes, but if
legal
you're
immigrant
staying
if you
here,
are claiming asylum, right? Because it's 8 US Code 1158. So all it did was affect 65,000 legal immigrants, put them in camps within Mexico, a country they're not even from. And at the results of that, we saw
good.
cases of over 3,000 women and children being raped and murdered and then sex trafficked.
That,
And you just said that's good?
well,
You
either
just
way,
said
it's
that's
not
good?
our problem. We
Oh,
aren't
no,
a
it is
refugee
actually
camp.
is our problem because it's our policy.
No,
Put them there.
it's
No,
not
no,
our
our
responsibility. Can I
policy,
talk? Can I talk?
no, sir. Why does somebody claim asylum?
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
We're
no,
not a
it does
refugee
because you
camp.
just
It's not. We
said,
have
I'm
no
sorry,
obligation to
you
let
literally
people in.
just said, that it's a good thing that they were stuck there and then they were then subjected to these humanitarian crimes, right? The crimes that we would put people in prison for in the United States of America. You just said it was a good thing. So typically when people
Okay,
are
I'm not.
claiming
Let
asylum
me
coming
rephrase.
into the United States of America, it's because they're already suffering at the hands of someone, something, an individual. They're
Yeah, that's not our problem.
escaping
That's not our problem as a
prosecution.
country.
Oh, except it's our laws. So if you have a problem with that, maybe we should have changed the laws
Yeah, our
instead
laws
of
say
just
you can't. That's
criminalizing
exactly
people
my
that
point.
haven't done anything and then haven't had a day in court to prove that they are in fact criminals. But that's not the point. You literally said it was a good thing that they were subjected to rape,
Okay, let
murder,
me
and
ask. Let me just
sexual
ask a question.
trafficking. Women and children, sir. People
Yeah,
that were
why is it our
escaping
responsibility?
because we have laws
The
that allow
taxpayer
it, and we
dollars to be
signed
spent.
international treaties in 1959 and 1978 that opened up our asylum law, sir. That is why we have it. That is why we look at it, because people face prosecution in other countries. And I don't know if you're aware of this, and you're
Yeah,
probably not aware of this in any way, shape, or form,
not our
but
problem.
only certain people, like only certain countries, people from certain countries, have the ability to claim asylum in the United States of America. So you can't be from
Okay.
Mexico and coming to the United States claiming asylum here. You'd have to go to another country
Well, either
typically.
way, I don't want
We
my
can't
tax
take
dollars going
asylum seekers
to
from
fund
Canada,
asylum
for
seekers.
example, either, because they're not from here. Why is it? It's not saying that it's our problem, but it's our duty and our responsibility as the freest
No, it's not.
country in the
Why is
world. And it's based upon
Why is
our
it?
laws. 8 U.S. Code 1158. I'm sure you've never heard of it. You haven't even heard of 7 Supreme Court cases that I've went over out of 8 that I've addressed. So it's very clear to me that you actually don't know anything about our laws. You clearly haven't ever read the 5th or 14th Amendments of
So
the
you can
United
quote
States
Supreme Court
Constitution,
cases,
and you
and
have a
that means we
very
can let in a
limited
bunch of
understanding of
refugees?
what immigration is, and it's quite sad. I'm so sorry that you have actually never looked into anything, and you must have skipped out on your freaking government or civics
Well,
class
it's
when you were in
common
high
sense.
school.
Well, just because you can quote some Supreme Court cases doesn't make you a fucking genius. All right.
Oh, no, it's just because I've done my research, whereas you have such a big issue with people that are coming into our country and you don't know anything about the process. I'm sure you
I
don't
don't have
even
an
know
issue with the people
how many.
themselves.
Hey,
I
tell
have
me
an
how
issue
many
with my
how
tax
many
dollars
legal
being spent
ways. Hey,
supporting
tell
these
me.
people.
Hey, tell me how many legal ways. What are the different legal statuses? How many different legal statuses can somebody claim, like, to be an immigrant here? Legal statuses for immigration. Do you know?
Oh, hold on, you're kind of just talking over me and not letting me say anything, and then you're moving
Oh,
on.
because you're not saying anything intelligent, so I'm trying to ask you other
It's just common
questions.
sense. I'm
It's
just
not
asking
common
you
sense. If
why
it was common
he gets
sense, you would have
tested.
actually known any one of the things that I've said. Or maybe
Oh,
if
a
you had
Supreme
actually
Court
learned
case. So I don't
anything
know
or
what
paid
Supreme
attention
Court
to
case.
your civics class or your government class in high school, just in high school, right? You would have known exactly what
Oh, they teach
the
all
Fifth
5 of
and
those Supreme
14th
Court
Amendment
cases in
said.
high school, do they?
Oh no, you would have
Everyone else
actually
is
read
done.
the Fifth and 14th
Give
Amendments.
me
At
a
least
break.
the Fifth Amendment were, well, can you remind me? I know I went over this with you, but can you remind me, what are the very first two words of the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution that I told you I like so much? What are the very
I-
first two words of the United States Constitution? Do you remember?
Are we having a back and forth here, or are you just kind of just
No, I'm
rambling your
just
points
trying to
out?
see if you remember anything. So, what are the first two words of the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution?
No. You can't just run
What are the
roughshod over the whole
first two
conversation.
words of the United States of the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution?
Listen, you're to Gestapo.
What
You
are the
can't force me to ask
first
questions.
two
You don't
words?
dictate the.
What, this is literally my show. I this is my dictation. Unless your
Oh, fair
name
enough. We can
automatically
end it.
appeared at the top of the screen, like, then no, I
Well,
don't
you're
think
not
so.
letting me speak. You're
So
just
what
talking
are the
over me.
first two words? I'm testing your memory right now, okay? So what are the first two words of the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution?
You gonna let me answer that, or you?
You could have
Because
already
if I
answered by
do,
now.
no. But I want to go back
No,
to what
no,
we were just
that's not how
talking
this
about.
works. What are the first two words of the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution?
The first two words
The
quoted.
first
I
two
don't know.
words of the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution. Were you even listening to me then when I read it?
I mean, you shifted from point to point to point and talked
No,
over
I
me.
didn't.
There
I
was no room.
actually, you just weren't able to address any of the points because you just kept going back to your same hateful rhetoric where, like, I don't care. And you literally said that it was a good thing that women and children were subjected to being raped, murdered, and sex trafficked. It. So you're
I
not a
didn't say
good
it was a good
person,
thing.
sir.
It's just not out.
Oh, why didn't that show up? Oh, I didn't activate that. Oopsie. That should have already activated though. All right, so Andy, thank you for the two. Andy said, when your job is under threat, you will care. I don't know if you were referring to me or the other gentleman that was just here. Axiom, thank you for the 5. Axiom said Obama deported millions without immigration judges, i.e., due process. In that case, his identification. No. So Obama was actually sued by the ACLU multiple times for the way that he went about with his immigration. And if you actually, and this is me teaching right now, 8 U.S. Code 1226 actually covers the majority of the deportations that happened under Obama, where if you are found within 100 miles of the southern border, they can remove you without you requiring due process, because that's the letter of that law. And hi, Smokes. Thank you. But yes, that is the majority of what he did. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Hi, how old are you?
Old enough to party.
I'm sorry, what?
Old enough to party.
Okay, well, TikTok terms of service. How old are you?
30, 20.
Oh, you don't know. Got it. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
I am 19.
You're 19. Awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And let's see. He's been in office for 8 months. What has you still supporting him? What has he done in the last 8 months that has you still supporting him?
Well, I would actually like to comment on something you said
I
a
would
couple
like
weeks
to
ago,
ask
if you wouldn't
you
mind.
why
If you
you're
wouldn't
still
mind.
supporting
Hey,
Donald
hey.
Trump. Are you able to have like a conversation of your own on why you still support Donald Trump instead of having to go back to something that I may have said yesterday, today, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? Because I promise you, I'm not going to remember what my conversation was. And unless you can quote me verbatim, I'm not going back to it because I don't let people put words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words in your mouth.
So
You were
you're
talking
able
about
to quote me
aluminum and
word for
import.
word?
I'm not going to quote you word for word, but
Oh,
I can tell
okay.
you
So
what you were
then let's
talking
move
about if you would
on.
like.
No, because that's putting words in my mouth. If you can't
How is
quote
that
me
putting words in your
verbatim,
mouth?
then
It's
that's
like
putting
saying,
words in my mouth.
yes, I would like to have a conversation.
Let's be clear. So if you're not quoting me word for word and you're having to make up what I said or put words in there of what I said, then yes, you are literally putting words in my mouth. I don't know if you guys realize how that works. Otherwise, you're giving your own summary of what I said and not actually the words that I said. It's your summary, what your thoughts were of what I said. Thank you. Also, guys, if you're new here over on TikTok, don't forget to hit that follow button up at the top. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep,
Awesome. How old are you?
38.
Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No,
Okay. You said you're not?
no, I was never a supporter though.
Awesome. Thank you for being smart. I appreciate you.
Yeah, but are you well? How do you identify yourself? Like,
Unaffiliated.
are you a liberal or are you like independent?
Nope, completely unaffiliated.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way now too. But can I give you some feedback? Are you open to that?
No, I'm okay. Thank you. Raisin, the number works. It just can only take 2 calls at a time. So if you're not one of the 2 calls, it's hard to get in. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hi, how old are you? Okay. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Holy shit, that's funny. Yes, I'm here.
You're not Raisin, are you?
Who?
Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. Got distracted for a second.
Uh-huh.
How old are you?
I am 32.
32? And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I don't support Trump. I don't support the other side. I actually have a
Awesome.
question for you, if you don't mind.
I kind of mind.
Well,
Can you make it
okay,
quick?
never mind then.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious. So why support either side? Why does it have to
don't.
be left or what is your stance? I randomly came across you.
Yeah,
So I
my
don't know what
stance
you do or what you're
is
about.
I don't believe in just supporting one political party because I like being open-minded. I also
Okay, I
believe
agree with
that the
that.
President of the United States, while the position can deserve my respect, the person that holds that office deserves to be criticized, regardless of who's president.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of show you got going on here. I just saw it. I thought it'd be funny to call, but
No problem.
I really agree with that completely. I don't think that, it's a fucking excuse me for cussing, but I don't think it's a black and white type of thing. I think it's answers kind of lie in the middle.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't support Trump. I don't fucking support, fucking left. They're both retarded in my eyes.
Oh, sorry.
And
Can't do that. Can't say the slur. Hey, Sincere. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yes.
Hi, how old are you? Thank you, Moose. Really quickly, I'm going to get over to Xennial. Thank you, Xennial, for the 50 over on the Blue app. I have to say, go Chiefs! There you go, Xennial. Thank you for the 50. We also had Feisty. Thank you for the 15. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 32.
32. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
You are? Awesome.
Yes, I'm still supporting him.
Cool. Do you mind if I just give a really quick PSA to my chats?
Sure.
Oh, perfect. I appreciate that so much. Really quickly, TikTok, don't don't stop tapping, I'm going to mute you for half a second. If you guys are watching over on YouTube and Twitch, be sure to hit that follow button and the subscribe button, respectively. And once you hit those buttons, be sure to turn on that bell notification so you know exactly when I go live or when I post a video. And we do have super chats, memberships, and subscriptions for Twitch all available. And feel free to send one. If you send a super chat, I like to read through those between each caller. All right, and for you guys over on TikTok, thank you, Moose, for the meteor shower. And guys, don't forget to be double tapping that screen. And if you're new here, hit that follow button and follow my backup account. Thank you for the alien. Okay, caller, it's been 8 months since Donald
Hello.
Trump was inaugurated into office. Can you tell me why you are still supporting Donald Trump?
I'm supporting him because he's making our country safer.
In what way?
He's cracking down on a lot of the crime going down in major cities, and I think that it's a good thing.
Why is it a good thing to militarize our National Guard and militarize our police force and federalize them so it's like we have a federal militia going into states and violating their 10th Amendment rights?
You said, why is it a good thing?
Yeah, why are they violating the Posse Comitatus Act and why are they violating the 10th Amendment? Why is that a good thing?
It's a good thing because the local enforcement isn't able to deal with the amount of left-wing
They're
crime.
not? Oh, okay. So did they, I'm sorry. What state are you referring to? And then also, can you tell me if they requested for the National Guard to be sent there?
In Memphis, Tennessee, they did request for the National Guard.
No, actually, the mayor did not. The governor did.
The governor, yeah. The governor.
Yeah, but it still requires mayoral consent.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything else?
To be honest, I'm actually just trolling. I'm a fucking leftist.
Hey,
God
yo.
damn, I need to get better at arguing right-wing points.
Oh, no, bro, I feel that. I see when I go to troll, I use a horrible voice, and I can't keep it up because I think I'm funny, and I'm kind of not, so I can't keep serious.
Yeah.
So I feel that one. But
Yeah.
thanks, man. I appreciate you. Bye. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes,
Awesome. How old are you?
32.
And are you still supporting Trump?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Donald Trump has been in office for 8 months. What has he done that you're still supporting him for?
Close off the southern border. He has brought lots of investment back into the United States. He is actively deporting thousands and thousands of illegal aliens. On top of that, he has ended technically 6 wars. I'm not going to give him the one in Kenya, or that's because it's technically still going on, even if the governments are not fighting.
I'm sorry. Kenya's not even one of the wars that he claims to have
Whatever.
ended.
I'm sorry. The Congo.
Oh, okay. I mean, those are 2 very different countries.
Well, I mean, there's a genocide going on in Kenya. So.
Okay. And that's horrific. I'm sure he hasn't ended that
Yeah,
one
but
either.
it's not covered on
So,
the news
what are
because
the
it's
other-
Christians getting slaughtered. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what are the other 6 wars that he's ended? Can you tell me them?
Pakistan, India. I can't name them all off the top of my head, to be completely honest. But
No?
the one that is most notable currently is the work that he has done to try to bring the end to the Palestine-Israel conflict. And it's up to Hamas right now. And if they decline this peace conflict, well, let's fuck around and find out.
Okay, so but he hasn't ended that one. So I was specifically so you're saying you can't name
Okay.
all
well,
of the wars.
I'm not.
But we can start on India and Pakistan. Did you watch the Prime Minister from Pakistan's speech at the UN?
Yeah, I did.
You did? And what did he say specifically about that deal?
Can't recall. I've watched a number of things.
Oh, so are you sure you watched it?
I've watched snippets of it.
Snippets of it? Okay,
One
so you
that I
didn't
was-
watch it
the
in
one that I was
full.
most important of was really Trump's
Oh, sorry, that was the end of your sentence. I thought you were going to say Trump's speech or another word, so I'm sorry about that. You're still there,
Well, I
right?
mean,
Okay, cool.
I would assume you would be able to gather what I meant when I said Trump's.
No, I just was expecting more to that sentence, that's all. So like I'm admitting that I like was waiting for more did not come. That's cool. Anyways, so yeah, so what the Pakistan Prime Minister got up on stage and said, because I actually did listen to his speech, is he admitted on stage that while Donald Trump called him Donald Trump had nothing to do with India's part on meeting with Pakistan to end the conflict that their populace started in India most recently for when that occurred, right? So he said, yeah, India had no knowledge that Donald Trump called us. They had no involvement with the conversation with Donald Trump. He only called us. And we also know this to be true because the Prime Minister of India clearly said many times, I didn't want Donald Trump's help, nor did I speak to Donald Trump about helping end this conflict. They met in a whole other country, right? In order to resolve their conflict. Donald Trump wasn't on the phone when they resolved the conflict. They met in another country to resolve it. It wasn't the United States. And India has Prime Minister, India's 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 Prime Minister has held India's Prime Minister, India's Prime Minister, India's Prime Minister, India's Prime Minister, India's Prime Minister has made it extremely clear that that Donald Trump had zero to do with India deciding to also meet with them and stop on their end because India was the country that was attacked by Pakistan, not the other way around, right? So I love how everybody wants to give a so now I just want to be clear. Now I just want to be clear. Now you believe in participation clause? Do you now? Okay. Do you now? So do Republicans now believe in? I just want to be clear. Can you answer one question for me? Can you answer one question for me? Oh, goodness. Can you answer just one question for me? Does the Republican Party now? Okay, cool. Does the Republican Party now believe in participation trophies?
Participation trophies?
Does the Republican Party now believe in participation trophies?
Well, I mean, that's more of a Democratic stance than anything else.
Oh, okay. So I love this. I love this one. Yeah, but you want to give brownie points in a participation trophy to Donald Trump for making a phone call to one leader, but not to the other one. One leader who has literally ruined our relationships with the fastest and biggest growing democracy in East Asia. Donald Trump has ruined our negotiations in our relationship with the largest democracy in East Asia because he won't stop lying about how he ended this war. And then the leader, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, even admitted as such when he spoke in front of the United Nations. And now the Republican Party is so hung up on believing in, guess what? Participation trophies that you want to give him credit for making a phone call. That is literally a participation trophy. Congratulations, you are now a leftist. I hope that makes you feel better. Oh my God. Sorry, that does make you a leftist by his own thing. He literally said, he's like, that's more of a leftist ideology doing a participation trophy. So literally this guy says he supports leftist ideology with participation trophies for Donald Trump. That's hilarious. That's quite funny, sir. Thank you, Bishop, for the gifted 5 subs. Let's see. Thank you, Kendra, for the 30 jewels. I do appreciate it. I don't have anything to read between chats. Oh, wait, hold on. Feisty. No. Thank you. Did you send more or is my thing just low? Oh, it's just low. Okay. There we go. We'll still say thank you to Feisty though. So again, guys, if you want your comments to be read on the tubes, then you have to send a super chat. I like to read them between callers, but I haven't received any. Okay. Well, we're going to open the phone lines back up. Y'all are doing these likes. Can't even keep up. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 19.
19. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. And Donald Trump has been in office for 8 months. Can you tell me what he's done that has you still supporting him?
Well, I find to believe that by your logic that if they don't get caught into the
Why are
country,
you
they're
still
not
supporting
illegal,
Donald Trump?
then that
Why
means
are
that if
you
I was to go
supporting
out and
Donald
kill
Trump?
someone
Why do
and
people
not
just
get
have to
caught,
bring
then
up
I'm
other
not
arguments?
I'm not a
It's not
murderer,
by
right?
my logic, sir. It's literally by the fucking Supreme Court's decision and how we criminal is a legal term. And if you want to use legal terminology, you're going to get a legal definition. If you can't handle being told a legal definition and you have arguments with it, then maybe call up your congressman, also call up your governors at your state, call up your senators and your Republicans at your state level, or your representatives at your state level, and argue with them about changing the definition of what a criminal is, because it is in fact a legal definition. And if you do not like the fact that I use a legal definition, if you don't like what okay. Oh, they crashed out. They crashed out so hard. Again, criminal is a legal term. If you don't want me to give you the legal definition and then explain what is required for you to be considered a criminal under the legal term, do not use legal terminology. They came crashing in. I encourage anyone that calls in to actually bring up their own point instead of trying to piggyback off of something else. But that's all they're capable of. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, hi.
Awesome. How old are you?
55.
55. Cool. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am not. I'm way against Donald Trump, but
Awesome
I'm just
sauce.
curious.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you seem.
Sorry. Thank you, David, for the Australian $7.99. You're making the Muppets so angry. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Awesome. How old are you?
30.
30. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Donald.
Actually, I would like to cover the previous host or guest topic.
Nope. That's not how this works. Thank you. I don't know what's so hard. I literally set a boundary. I set a rule there. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
40.
40. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
So I don't support any human being fully with whatever they're doing. Not my mom, not my dad, but I still love them, right? Trump, I wouldn't say I love him. I don't support a lot of what he does. The one thing I do support is some of the things that came with Robert F. Kennedy.
No.
And
thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Stop trying to fucking navigate the topics, bitch.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yeah.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I'm not a supporter. I did vote for him in the last election.
So you're not still supporting Donald Trump?
I've never been a supporter really. I've just voted for him. I think it's just rough to say after only 8 months of presidency, that's what we're going to rate somebody on.
Oh, sir, did people forget that he's already been in office for 4 years?
Well, that's very true. He was in office for
Yeah,
4
so
years,
this is
not a
technically a
consistent 4 years.
continuation. It doesn't matter. This is a continuation of his first presidency. So this isn't me being critical of a first time president. This is me being critical of a president that was previously in office, is back in office again, and implementing a playbook that he denied to know anything about, but then admitted today that he knew all about it and is kind of in support of it. Isn't that funny?
I mean, sure, but
Sure,
like
but
the interruption of
Huh.
4 years, the interruption of 4 years of another presidency with
Doesn't
a
matter.
whole
He
nother
still had 4
administration.
years. Doesn't matter. He still had 4 years previously. This is 4 years, 8 months.
So if Barack Obama was interrupted in, you know, his consistent
Absolutely. I would still
administrations, would
say
it
it
be,
was
would you
4
still
years
hold
and
it
8
same?
months.
Okay. Okay. Well, I gotta honestly say I'm not in super love with a lot of what he's doing currently, but I still say 8 months. I mean, I know people are making grand claims when he was only in for 100 days, but I still don't think that's a good benchmark. I mean, really not even waiting till I really think it should be till the end of his administration that we measure how good it was.
Did you hold that same tune to Biden?
Yeah, I mean, if he got
Okay.
to go into a second term, I would still say it like really we'd have to measure it to the end of his, like, however many terms he served.
Gotcha. All right. So I just want to be clear, right? Because we heard this like the entire time Joe Biden was president, right? And this includes from loud voices on the right that were like, Joe Biden's doing horrible. One person who was a very well-known public figure actually called for Joe Biden to be killed. But wasn't investigated by the FBI. I find that odd. Wasn't stopped by the FBI for saying that on their public broadcast, right? And none of that stuff ever
Who
happened to
specifically are you
them.
talking about?
Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna keep going right now. I don't really want to talk about that individual anyways. But I'm just saying,
Okay.
like, we had very prominent figures, including Donald Trump, that were crying the entire time that Joe Biden was in office from his very first day, right? But yet now they're crying because individuals such as myself are being critical, and including you at this point, like you're kind of crying a little bit, are being critical of Donald Trump in his first 8 months in office, even though he did that exact thing to Biden.
I'd have to say that hysteria plays a big role in just outside
Hysteria?
presentation of what people. Yeah, hysteria. I mean, there's plenty of hysteria.
I mean, I don't think I've said anything that's hysteria. I'm just like going
No, I'm
through
not
the
saying
shit
you
that he's
have.
lied
I'm saying that
about and the stuff that he's doing wrong and
I'm not
debunking
saying that
people's
you have.
thoughts.
I'm saying that people generally, whether it's in the media or everyday life, have a hysteria of just whatever actions happen and the fear of how that's going to trickle down onto them.
Gotcha. Well, guess what, sir? This is politics. And if Donald Trump didn't want to be criticized his first month in office or his first day in office, first 8 months in office, maybe he shouldn't have ran for president. Maybe he shouldn't have been making public
Absolutely.
statements this entire time about how well he's been doing, that he had this public mandate to do all of the horrible shit that he's doing, stripping away health care and SNAP benefits from millions of Americans, specifically children, which I think is absolutely deplorable. You know, I also find it very funny that in 2011 and 2012, both times when there were thoughts of a government shutdown during Obama's administration, Donald Trump went on Fox News because, you know, we all know that Donald Trump was way political and in the news when Obama was president because he was a big anti-Obama person, right? That in 2011 and 2012, when he was asked by the Fox News host, you know, what are you thinking about this impending government shutdown? Donald Trump clearly said that you can't blame the minority party for shutting down the government. You can't blame the majority party for shutting down the government. It lies solely on the president of the United States for shutting down the government. And how the tune has changed now that he's president of the United States and the government has in fact shut down.
I do recall that interview, and I agree. It's the hypocrisy is pretty blatant. It's still just the point of fact that I just don't think that reviewing 8 months into a presidency I
That's
mean,
your opinion, but Donald Trump did that to, again, Obama. He did it to
mhm.
Biden. So I say all's fair.
Could I ask you a quick question?
Sure, what's up?
So let's say on a political compass, you're probably more left leaning than me, right?
Potentially.
Are you more collectivist or individualist on the
Neither.
political
I'm
compass?
sure I'm probably more of a humanist.
Okay, well that's fair. Do you believe in forcing people to pay for things they don't want to? As
Forcing
humanists
people,
and
that's a very
Mhm.
interesting terminology. What are you referring to?
I'm referring to having people to pay taxes for people that if you don't want to pay taxes for things like that, like food stamps, EBT, all those things, or you really want to drastically change it so it's not such a black hole, would you still be in favor
Oh,
of forcing people to pay for those things?
yeah, sir,
Being
because
humanitarian?
that's our laws. That laws that were written by the
So we can't
Congress,
change those
and it's
laws?
also the 16th Amendment of the United States Constitution. One of the amendments that people forget about.
Can you
So,
quote me that amendment? I'm not familiar with it.
the 16th Amendment is about giving Congress the power, the sole power to levy taxes on the American people. If you want,
And
I
if we
can pull
give
it up. I
Congress
think
the
I still
power
have
to
that.
change that, if we give Congress the power to change that, how is that any
Let's
different?
see. Well, I'm sorry, sir.
So if
That's not
Congress
even what I'm
tomorrow
saying.
decides, hey, we're not gonna allow these programs, or we want to change these programs, how is
Oh,
that
that's not the
wrong?
right one. Oh, I'm not saying it's wrong, sir, but I also see I have a very different view of the government than a lot of people seem to, including yourself. Like you seem to have bought into the capitalist ideology, and that's fine. You can do that. But
That's
see,
fair.
I
I'm not a
believe
capitalist, but thanks
that
for
sounds like
just
you are at
presuming.
this point. Sorry. I mean, sorry, sir.
No, it
You're
sounds like you're
basically
a
saying that.
collectivist and you just want to put me into a category. That way
Well,
you can
so do
put me
you.
into another equation.
That's cool. So do you. So it's okay. I just want to be clear that the purpose of the government is to take care of their citizens. So, with that being in mind, because we have a very huge wealth gap in the United States of America, that more than 60% of the United States population lives paycheck to paycheck, and I do mean citizen population, right? More than 60% of our United States citizens literally live paycheck to paycheck. Yes, because it's the government's job to take care of the population. Then yes, it is also their job to make sure that those people have access to what they need as far as like making sure that their kids are fed, which I think that should be everybody's ideology, that kids in America should be fed. Or do you believe in kids going hungry at night?
I don't believe in kids going hungry at night. I believe in voluntary charity, if that's the case, not a forced.
Voluntary charity. Okay, well,
Yes,
then go become a congressperson with your shitty thoughts.
I will. I can't wait.
Bet he's pro-life too. Thank you, Kendra, for the floating hearts. Nicole, thank you for the $4.99. Thank you so much for talking to people. Hopefully some of them realize what a clown Trump is. Usually they don't, but I appreciate that. And thank you, Amy, sorry, for the first time chat over on the Purple app. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yes.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 21.
21. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Actually, I'm kind of unsure, mostly because of the Epstein thing. But I just wanted to say, I've watched some of the callers beforehand. I just wanted to say I want to say I couldn't find a more perfect example of why the 19th Amendment should be repealed than watching this whole entire discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
that's fine. Go run for
Wait,
Congress
hold on.
with your shitty
Hold on.
ideas.
You're
okay?
a woman. This is a real nigga you're talking.
Go run for Congress with your shitty ideas, man. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I see your penis.
Interesting if I had one, I guess. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Go run for Congress with your shitty ideas, man. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Awesome. How old are you?
34.
34. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yep.
Ugh, why is that? He's 8 months into office. What has he done to still earn your support?
Taking care of the southern border, getting rid of illegal immigrants, taking care of the economy.
What's our
I mean,
inflation rate
I'm
at?
not. And what did it go up to under Biden?
What's our inflation rate at?
I'm not sure off the top of my head, but
So
I
you
know it
didn't
has
read the
gone down
September
from.
8th report?
No, I did not.
How is inflation measured? Do we do it month by month? When we're looking at like the previous
Inflation is
things, are
quarterly.
we, no, inflation's monthly, but sorry, I was actually
Or
phrasing this incorrectly, so let me start over. When we're comparing inflation, do we sincerely compare it month over month or do we compare it year over year? Do you know? If you don't know, it's okay to say I don't know.
no, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, cool. We compare it year over year. So according to the September 8th Bureau of Labor Statistics report that was released in regards to CPI core and the inflation rate, it's at 2.9%. In August 2024, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics report that was also released in September of 24, the inflation rate was at 2.5%. So inflation is up.
And I also know they also changed how they look at inflation and all
Yeah,
that.
where?
They used to
Where?
include housing market in that
They
into the
do include
inflation numbers.
housing. Sorry, sir. They do include the price of housing.
Okay. And for starters, one, I'm
No,
perfectly
sorry,
fine.
sir. I'm
There's
going
a
to need
few
you to
things.
acknowledge. I'm going to need you to acknowledge the fact that they do in fact include housing and they always have. Unless you can find me a policy that changed it.
Oh, I will have to get back onto you on
Okay,
that.
so you
I am not
concede?
going to say something is true or not without
Well,
seeing
sorry,
it for
sir. They
myself.
literally do include housing.
I know they used to,
They
and
do
from what
include
I've seen,
housing.
they
Okay,
stopped
so let's try
including it.
this. From what you've seen, so you haven't looked up anything else. That's fine. CPI BLS September 8th, 2025. Oh, yeah. Sorry, September 11th.
September 11th, what?
Is when the report was released. I thought it was the 8th. It was the 11th.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Haha. And then if you continue down, it still considers housing. Oh, look, we have
Like I
all
said,
these
I
other
can't
ones.
see it, so I can't give my opinion on it.
Oh, you
I'm
can't see
basing
it?
off of my opinion off of
It's
what I've
basing off your
previously
opinion?
seen a few years, like 2-3 years ago.
Oh, 2-3 years ago. Gotcha. So
Yeah, under Biden,
it's just
when he
changed.
destroyed the country.
Gotcha. It's just changed magically.
No, not that it changed
Oh, it didn't
magically. They
change
just stopped
magically?
including parts,
They stopped including parts.
numbers, so that way it would not
Oh,
look as bad.
wouldn't look as bad. Can you show me where they changed it? Can you direct me to where I can find that they changed it? And when they changed
I
it?
can't off the top of my head. Like
You
I said,
can't?
that was a couple years ago.
Oh, so you don't know.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
So you don't know.
No, I didn't say I don't know.
So you don't know. That is in fact what you are saying. You do not know.
Okay, and I will say there are some things of Trump I don't agree with. There's like the
Oh, okay.
person he's put in charge for education and that. But there is a lot that he's done that I do support.
Okay, well, you said you support it for what he's doing in the economy, and I'm informing you that, again, inflation is up. And you haven't really done
Okay,
anything
well,
to say whether that's bad or not, or
I'm
why it's such
spending
a
less
good
at stores.
thing.
I'm spending less at the
Oh,
gas
that's
pump. So,
interesting. So, yes, you actually probably are spending less at the gas pump. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics report, year over year, the price of gas is down by 0.5 percentage point. That is true. But the price of groceries is up. Not down, it's up.
okay, well, I'm doing just fine.
I'm so glad you are, but I don't care about you because you don't represent the
Okay,
average. I
and
actually care about the average American citizen. I care about the citizen
I care
population as a
about the
whole.
average American citizen
So
too.
like if we actually look at food,
Just like,
food in total is up 3.2%. Year over year. So yeah, I do find it very interesting that you would say that anyways. Are you familiar with what the price of beef is right now? The average is at $6.89 and is projected to rise. In fact, our leader, the appointee from Donald Trump of over the Department of Agriculture, in fact said expect prices to continue to raise on the cost of beef.
yeah, and I already knew voting for him that he wasn't going to fix the inflation overnight.
He's had 8 months. In fact, the inflation has raised under him. So it's not about, quote, fixing it
And,
overnight. It's about actually developing an economic policy that would do anything to assist it. And in fact, he's doing the complete opposite. Oh, also, Eddie, thank you
okay.
for your first time chat over on the Purple app as well. I forgot to say that earlier.
I mean, I completely support with them booting people
completely
off
support.
of DBT.
Oh, of course, because you want children to go hungry. And also, just so you're aware, it's called
No,
SNAP benefits. Can you tell me what SNAP stands for? Do you know?
supplemental nutrition. I
Assistance
drawing
program?
a blanket. Yeah.
Cool. So again, the primary beneficiaries of SNAP are children. So you want children to go to bed hungry at night.
No, but I don't
Then why are
want
you
people that
why
are
are you
abusing it
okay?
still
Why are
on
you
it.
okay with us stripping away the SNAP benefits for children, sir?
Well, it's not stripping away SNAP benefits for children. One, I
It
agree
is.
with stripping it away from people that are illegal.
They are never receiving it anyways. Are you familiar with a law that was passed
Trust
under
me,
Bill Clinton?
I've
Let's
seen
see. Are you
plenty of
familiar with
proof that they have.
PRWORA? Are you familiar with the PRWORA?
No, but I'm sure
It's a
you'll
1996
inform me
act
of
that
it.
was passed under Bill Clinton, mind you. So under the PRWORA, it specifically and very explicitly states that no individual who is an illegal immigrant or illegal alien, because that was the term that was used under the Bill Clinton administration, even at that time, can receive any kind of federal benefits, such as Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, SNAP benefits. At that time, it had a different name. I don't remember what it was offhand. But isn't that very interesting that it's been a law for 29 years, and yet
Okay.
you guys are still using this claim that they were receiving it when that is in fact not true? What they might be receiving are state level benefits out of their state monies, because that is allowed specifically within the PRWORA, right? Specifically under that act. It says that while states can offer this to their population to cover illegal aliens, they cannot be reimbursed for any part of it from federal monies. I hope that helps.
Okay, so in part, wouldn't that in turn mean they should not have been putting immigrants in hotels in cities and closing down schools to make those into shelters for illegal immigrants?
They weren't illegal, sir. They were all documented.
No, they all crossed the border illegally.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
No, in order
Do you
for
know how
governors,
many millions of illegal border crossings there were under Biden?
Oh, how many?
Tens of thousands. I know.
Tens of
I think it was like
thousands?
2.3 million.
2.3? Where can I
Something
find that
like that.
statistic? Where can I find crossings on a government website that's not a press release?
You're telling me you're going to sit there and say there
Where
were no
can I
illegal
find
crossings under Biden?
Oh, no, I'm not
I
saying
mean,
that, but
hell,
I'm asking you.
Biden removed
Oh,
majority
goodness.
of
Sir,
Trump's
why is
executive
this so
orders on his
difficult?
first day.
Oh, how many did? Sorry, actually, I'm not going to let you pivot. Can you tell me where I can find that number on what the number of crossings on any government website that's not a press release or a media blurb?
Yeah, their website.
Whose website?
Let's see. One, I've seen Trump and his administration report on it. I've
Oh,
seen.
yeah, that's a press release. That's explicitly not allowed. Because again, if I was the president or anybody in power, I could literally write a press release declaring that the sky is green. And then I guess, I posted it on my whitehouse.gov website. If I was the president of the United States, you would then have to agree with me that the sky is in fact green.
No.
No? Okay, so great. I'm glad we've established that the whitehouse.gov press releases
I wasn't
cannot be
talking
used as
about the
evidence.
press release of the White House or anything like
No,
that.
everything that the whitehouse.gov puts out is in fact a press release or a media statement, sir.
Okay, and is everything that Homeland Security and
Not
all
if
them
it's
put
their
out?
actual documented reports where they also cite their sources. Because even the DHS report
'Cause
that was
you
issued,
tell me,
even the DHS report that was released in April 2024 went back and cited their references on where they were pulling it from directly when they were talking about how many suspected illegal immigrants were in the country as of January 1st, 2022.
okay, and you're telling me Homan, who's been working on the border for how many years now? You're telling me he doesn't know a damn thing?
No, again,
He's
press
fabricating
releases.
everything?
Press releases are not so those are statements. So again, I can make a press release right now declaring that Donald Trump's IQ is -40, which would honestly be impossible, right? But even then, that doesn't make it true. Do you see how that works? I could also put out a press release if I was the president of the United States declaring that there were 6,000 people that came illegally across the northern border, and I guess you would believe me even though there's nothing on ICE.gov, DHS.gov, or CBP.gov statistics that back up what I'm saying. But I guess you would just believe that hook, line, and sinker because I put it out as a press release. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, I looked at the
No.
facts.
Okay, so if there's no data on any of these 3 websites that I explained to you or that I mentioned
So you're
to
saying
you,
those are the only 3 websites to get that info from?
yes, sir, that's a .gov that actually are the ones that were responsible for keeping track of that information. So, yeah. Because I'm going to give you a hint. So, DHS, nor ICE, nor CBP keep track of crossings anywhere on their websites.
Okay, but there is one thing I will say I gotta disagree with you on. It is not the government's job to take care of its citizens.
Oh, what's the government's job then?
One, that's part of their job.
Oh, it's just part
That's
of.
not
Oh,
their
wait, hold
whole
on.
duty.
So that is their job. I'm sorry. Is it a part of their job, which means it's their job?
It's to
Which one is it?
protect their citizens.
Oh no, but you just said it
We
was
are
a
not
part of their
supposed
job. I'm
to-
sorry. Did you or did you just not say that it is still a part of their job to take care of the United States citizens? Yes or no?
Will you let me finish my
No,
statement?
I'm asking you a very clear question. Yes or no? It's pretty easy. Did you or did you
Protect
not
us.
just say that it's still a part of their job to take care of? No, you said it's not their job to take care of the United States citizens. And then literally you took a breath and said
Yeah, and-
it is part of their job though. You literally said it is
Yeah,
part of
and
their
I
job
was
though.
in the middle of explaining
No, you
what I
still
was
said.
talking
Sorry,
about.
you still said it's a part of their job though. It's a part
Yeah,
of their
and the
job
way
though. Got it.
you're interpreting that it's their job to take care of us. No, that's
I'm so
wrong.
glad that you want children to
way
go hungry
I'm
in this
putting
country,
it-
sir. You do. I'm sorry. Like, you obviously want children to go hungry in this country and you don't care. Also, I thought I updated this. I did not. Guys, you are absolutely doing it on TikTok on these likes. I literally can't keep up in the middle of these conversations. Be sure to hit that follow button over on TikTok, over on the Purple app, and over on the tubes. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Paul, I would rather pay taxes to help and support the poor and needy than support the wealthy. Exactly, Paul. Thank you for the 5. And thank you, Eric, for the $4.99. Says, I look gorgeous. I appreciate that. Not what I'm up here to do, but I do appreciate that. So thank you so much. All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to the next caller. 682 people over in on TikTok. Guys, let's keep the chat moving. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yes, I am here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 19.
All right. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
You are? And what has Donald Trump done in the last 8 months or his 8 months of presidency that still has earned your support?
He's getting rid of criminals.
Oh, awesome. So criminal is a legal term. So can you tell me, out of the 270 individuals that were sent to the CCOT prison in El Salvador, how many of them had criminal records in any country?
If they cross the border without certification, then they are illegal. Therefore, they committed a crime. Criminal.
Incorrect. So they're not criminals. Are you familiar with Arizona v. United States 2012? SCOTUS Supreme Court, SCOTUS, aka the Supreme Court.
Why are they not criminals?
Awesome. So just the very act of crossing the border illegally, while it is a chargeable offense under 8 U.S. Code 1325, the reason why they are not criminals is because the majority of them never get charged with any indictments following under that law. So under Arizona v. United States 2012 Supreme Court ruling, being here illegally, being an illegal immigrant, being here and being considered deportable does not make somebody a criminal, because criminal is a legal definition. It is a legal term. In order for someone to be a criminal, right, you have to have been indicted, charged, right? Those are the same thing, indicted or charged, however you need to know the word, convicted and sentenced to be considered a criminal in the United States of America. And again, so now let's try this. How many of the 270 individuals that were sent over to CCOT had criminal records in any country?
I don't know. But by
You
your
don't
logic,
know?
that means
32.
crime, murder.
So I'm just going to let you know. 32. It would have only been 32 people that had criminal records. That's a very small percentage of the 270 people that were sent there. That was literally 11% of the people that were sent there actually had any criminal record at all. Isn't that interesting? And it's very similar to everything that's occurring right now under the Donald Trump administration for all the deportations that they're actively performing, is that the majority of the people that they are in fact deporting have no criminal records. It's actually less than 23%, according to the Pew Research Center, when they've looked into it. And this is also according to other special reports from places like Newsweek and other places like that. Thank you, Bill, for the kitten. So I find it very interesting that you all always like to try to use this here. While it is a Class C misdemeanor to cross the border through a non-port of entry, it's also not considered a direct deportable offense, even according to 8 U.S. Code 1325. You will more than likely face a monetary penalty if you are actually taken up on charges against 8 U.S. Code 1325. At most, you will serve 12 months in prison, but it is not necessarily an automatic deportation according to the law. Oh, are you back there again, ma'am? Hey, ma'am, I just want to let you know, mommy should not be coming in to help her son, okay? Why does mommy keep needing to come in for her son? Also, their service was horrible. Their service was horrible. Absolutely deplorable. Thank you. That is literally my favorite gift. Also, Tubes, don't forget to send some chats. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Awesome. Are you doing good today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Well, you already asked me that, which is why I went ahead and asked you. Asked it back just to be polite. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I do support Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. So are you still supporting him?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So what has Donald Trump done in his 8 months of presidency that has you still supporting Donald Trump?
I don't think it has to do mostly with the last 8 months, but what he did before.
No. I think people forget something. When I say still,
No, I'm sorry.
that's talking about right now, right? So what has he done? Like, this is a very specific question. Also, thank you, son. What has he done in his current 8 months of presidency that has you still supporting him?
I think he did a lot of great things with shutting down the uranium enrichment that was happening over in Iran.
How did
That
he
was a
shut
very
it
good
down?
operation. Huh?
How did he shut it down?
Oh, we sent over Air Force. I believe it was the Air Force that went over there and blew up the bunkers and the uranium
Yeah.
enrichment
Hey, can
centers
you
and
tell
stuff
me
like that.
something? Because Donald Trump
Yeah.
mentioned this in his United Nations speech, and
Okay.
I thought this was quite interesting. So he mentioned this in the United Nations speech about bombing Iran, and he specifically said that. So we sent our B-2 bombers over there, and we
Yeah.
dropped our bombs, and the bombs traveled through the air ducts. Do you
Yeah.
know how
Okay.
large the B-2 bombs are?
I do actually. I used to live in Shreveport and Bossier City,
Awesome.
which
So
is
how large are they?
they're pretty big. I
They're
mean,
pretty big.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have to be in like 6 to 7 feet in diameter, I
They're
believe.
20.5 feet long.
Yes, but
So,
diameter-wise, how
yeah.
big are they?
Yeah, that they're definitely taller than I am.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're long
Mhm.
bombs. Yes,
So do
but
you think that they had the capacity to travel through air ducts to reach the the centrifuge facilities within those areas? Did they have the ability to travel through the air ducts like Donald Trump said on international television in front of presidents and prime ministers and all the other world leaders across the world that joined the UN? 193 countries to be exact.
that,
Did they travel through
I'm gonna
the
be
air
honest with
ducts?
you. I don't know much about the statistics of it, I guess, or like the facts of it, but
Did
I
they
do
travel
believe
through
that the
the air
U.S.
ducts?
has military equipment that could possibly do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
we
that's
have
not what
some
was
very
used.
futuristic stuff here
They
in the United States.
could, but I'm just asking you, like, specifically about the B-2 bombs that are 20.5 feet long and about 7 feet in diameter. We're just going to round up on that one. Do those bombs have the capacity to travel through air ducts to reach all the way down 300 feet underground or or further down? You know, air ducts usually don't go in a straight line. They normally go woo, woo. You know, they're normally
Yeah.
very much like a puzzle. Did the B-2 bombs have the capacity to
I,
navigate down to the centrifuges?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to agree with you here. I don't
Yeah.
think that the conventional bomb has the capacity to do that, to travel through air ducts and stuff like that. And I believe it's probably a fallacy that he said on live TV. I mean, he blows a lot of stuff up.
That wouldn't
I mean,
that wouldn't be a fallacy. That would just be a lie or an
yeah,
exaggeration.
whatever. Yeah, a lie, whatever.
Cool. I just wanted to get out that one real quick because I thought it was funny. Now you are aware that we have
Yeah,
satellite
okay.
imagery that's been posted all over online, and even like
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
acknowledged this. That shows that prior to us even sending out our B-2 bombers, Iran cleared out their nuclear facilities and moved their enriched uranium to their one of their other 4 facilities that we didn't target.
Ooh, that would be a big. I feel like that would be a big mistake for Iran.
Oh, no,
If
they
they
did
did
it
that,
though.
I
No,
didn't
we
see
have
that.
satellite imagery. You should look it up. There's literally
Okay.
satellite imagery of them moving out, like all of their trucks, moving it out. And even Iran said that our nuclear program's only been set back by like at most 2 years. And now they've guaranteed that they're going to continue their nuclear program.
And that's a scary fact for the United
Yeah,
States.
so I just want to be clear. Donald Trump didn't end their nuclear program like you just said you were giving him credit for doing.
I just thought that he destroyed most of their nuclear program.
Nope, he
with
only
the
targeted
bunkers and stuff
3.
like that.
Nope, he only targeted 3 out of 7 facilities.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And they haven't
But
agreed to any kind of like deal to stop it. And in fact, the 3 facilities that we targeted were the only
Mhm.
facilities that actually had cameras in there from the IAEA that also had measurement capabilities to see how far
Okay.
the uranium was enriched. And so we
Mhm.
literally just lost the 3 facilities that had the capacity from the IAEA to monitor where they were at with their enrichment program
Mhm.
without sending people physically there all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So now they're in 4 facilities that we don't have these devices in there.
Yeah.
And yes,
That
that's a
that's a
good
big
point too,
issue,
Patty, is
especially
that
with.
the reason why they were able to move their facilities out before we got there is because Donald Trump doesn't know how to stop true socialing.
Uh, what did you say? A truth social?
He doesn't know how to stop posting on a social media platform that's about to declare
Oh,
bankruptcy.
okay. X, Twitter, and stuff like that.
No, True Social.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. I'm sorry. I don't have much social media.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm a Southern man. I mean, but I feel like even if we only got rid of 3 sites there in Iran,
Mm-hmm.
that does do great for not only us but Israel, because Israel and Iran have a big conflict going on.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I just said yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you said no. I'm sorry, man.
Nope. I was just agreeing
But
with you.
okay. Yeah, I feel like it's a good for the world that nuclear weapons aren't used again, especially after the United States dropping the sun on Japan twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It-
So again, like we didn't stop their capacity. In fact, we just made them more steadfast in completing nuclear weapons.
they can take that route and try to speed up their production of enriching uranium, but it's not good for the world. They
It's
can
not good for
continue.
the world. Okay, and what are we going to do about it? Because Donald Trump campaigned on being the president of no new wars.
That's very true, and I do believe him when he says that. Stopping new wars also means not letting nuclear weapons hit mainstream.
Oh,
If
so
you
starting a war
imagine,
would be ending a war. Got it. So he would be breaking his
no,
campaign
it's not.
promise.
I don't feel like it's causing a war, but when you take out certain situations like them enriching uranium and stuff like that, it lessens the burden on the rest of the world.
In your theory, doesn't mean that is so. Because I just want to remind everybody that Russia's nuclear agreement to like not use them and to not make new nukes expires this year.
Yes, yeah, it does. It's a very big
Oh, that's
concern.
true. That's also a good point. Do you know what the new N word is according to the Trump administration?
I'm not sure. I'm not even gonna.
The new N
You're
word is nuclear.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I
not
was about
a
to say, I'm not
not
walking
a
down
bad
that
one,
path.
and he's already said that he wouldn't have problems using them. He said that at his Quantico speech on Monday. And I would also, Tess, you make a good point in the chat. I would also point out that the fact that we only destroyed the facilities that had had the international bodies monitoring devices to see how enriched they were actually sets us
Yeah.
back.
It does. I completely agree with her. It does set us back because it puts us back on our plan. We thought that we were going to get rid of this situation. This isn't peaceful. Like,
Nope.
don't think that I'm thinking that this is like the right thing to do. But in the fact of like, if you could just putting you in, can I put you in like Trump's position for a second, or like a general's position for a second?
No.
No, okay, then I won't do that. But
I don't
if
want to get
you
inside
could,
his mind.
just completely understandable. But if you could get rid of 1,000 people that wanted to hurt 1,000,000 people, and that 1,000 of people just disappeared, we killed them, and those millions of people lived, it's not a great trade-off. I still think that we lost thousands of people's lives that deserve to live, but it's also saved so many innocent people that had nothing to do with what's going on in the world. The world is playing a big game of risk right now. We're all showing each other our cards right now and trying to prove that we're bigger than everybody else. The United States really doesn't have to do that.
No.
But yeah, we are the biggest players in this game by far.
Sure. Yeah. That's a good point too.
I don't think that we really show, if we wanted to do with what like Britain did in the back in the day, the United Kingdom, where we were taking a lot of countries and taking land and stuff, or did what Germany did where they invaded Europe. We can do that here in the United States, but we hold ourselves back on a set standards rules. I mean,
Yeah. And Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth literally said, "We decide when we go to war on Monday." So yeah,
yeah,
I'm done, bro. Thanks though. Have a good one. I'm not going down
you're great,
this
honey.
line of logic.
Huh?
Said I'm not going down this line of logic with you. Have a good one. I can't deal with that. Yeah. Oh, dang. You guys are still freaking blowing away these likes over on TikTok. Okay. 275. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Actually, on TikTok, we'll go ahead and set it to the final. I think that should be the good goal for the end of the live. Okay. How old are you?
26.
26. And are you still supporting Trump?
Yeah.
All right. What has Donald Trump done in his 8 months of presidency that has you still supporting him?
I will say the bunker buster thing. I mean,
No, can you just
busters
answer
are
my
fine.
question, please? What has Donald Trump done in his
I
8 months of
figured out what you do.
presidency?
You just talk like Arizona versus you just say lies. Arizona versus United States.
Is an actual
United States
Supreme
won
Court
that.
states. Sorry,
Yeah,
that
but you
is a
got the
Supreme
ruling
Court
wrong.
case.
Google it. You look it
No,
up.
sir.
You
I
don't know what
actually
you don't know what
read
it
the
says.
entirety of the
No,
ruling,
you didn't.
and I also
No,
had
you
a
just lied.
breakdown. I also had a breakdown of it, written a dissertation of it
Hey,
written by an
hey,
attorney.
Google it. Just Google
I
it.
already
Just Google
have.
it.
I
Trust me.
already have.
No,
I
you
promise
haven't.
you. You just looked at a Chat GBT overview
no.
of it. You just looked at
Chat
AI and you
GPT.
decided
You
that you
look
were
at Chat
correct.
GPT.
I understand.
No,
You just
Google,
literally
you're
said,
dumb, man.
you just literally, okay, bye, baby boy. You literally just Googled it, read the AI overview, or used Chat GPT and said, oh, this must be right. She's wrong. It's cool. I'll pull up the whole legal dissertation of it in just a moment. Yeah, literally smart people don't like him. I agree. Let me move this out of the way. I gotta search this whole thing. Arizona. States. All right. So here we go, guys. I'm gonna read this. Sorry, it's gonna be a little bit long and boring. Let's see. Arizona passed SB 1070, trying to criminalize things like failing to carry registration papers, seeking employment as an unauthorized alien, letting state cops arrest people just for being removable. Feds sued, arguing those provisions were preempted. SCOTUS agreed. For the most part. Here's what matters. As a general rule, it is not a crime for a removable alien to remain in the United States. That is a line straight from the court's ruling, and it underscores the core issue. Being here unlawfully is a civil violation, not a criminal one. Removal isn't handled by criminal courts. It is an administrative process run by DHS/ICE with discretion baked into every step. So no, being removable isn't a crime. That's why Arizona's attempt to let local cops arrest someone for being removable, SB 1070, was preempted. The court said flat out, you don't get to override the feds on removal priorities. That process touches on foreign policy, humanitarian concerns, and executive discretion. It is not something you let a sheriff in Maricopa County wing it on. Section 3 of SB 1070 tried to criminalize not carrying federal registration papers. Again, SCOTUS said, not happening. Alien registration is a fully occupied field under federal law. Even complementary state laws aren't allowed there. Criminalize unauthorized aliens seeking work. Congress made a deliberate policy choice under the IRCA to penalize employers, not workers. Unauthorized workers might be removable, but they are not criminally liable just for trying to earn a living unless they commit fraud, such as fake documents, in which it's prosecuted under federal law, 18 U.S. Code 1546, and again, not Arizona's call to make. Now, Section 2, papers, please provision. That one wasn't struck down. SCOTUS didn't exactly endorse it either. The court said it was too early to rule it preempted on its face. Since it hadn't gone into effect yet, they left the door open for future challenges if enforcement leads to prolonged detentions or constitutional violations. Bottom line, SCOTUS smacked down the idea that states can take immigration enforcement into their own hands just because they're frustrated. Doesn't matter how real Arizona's problems were. The Constitution gives Congress the power over immigration, and the federal government's enforcement priorities control. States can cooperate with ICE, but they don't get to write their own laws, especially not criminal ones. Also, let's be very clear. They decided that it is not considered criminal to just be here undocumented, i.e. illegally. So just being present as an illegal alien does not make you a criminal. Fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you. Thank you for the New Zealand 10. I hope you're still here, Moose. Genuine question. How hard is it for the average American to actually use critical thinking and check sources, both nationally and internationally, to verify what is being said by Trump or a politician? So, Moose, it is extremely difficult for the average American because they just believe what they see on TV, regardless of the fact that Donald Trump has recoined a very familiar phrase with saying fake news every single day, declaring news agencies to be fake news that disagree with him. So it's extremely true. It's extremely difficult for people. Just want to be clear. The only one that's not fake news, according to Donald Trump, is going to be like Newsmax, Fox News in particular, which, by the way, Newsmax is suing Fox News because Newsmax has to make up for the settlement that they made to the Dominion voting systems for lying about voter fraud. Isn't that interesting? Oh, it looks like didn't miss anything. Perfect. Thank you, Parkers, for the 100 bits. Bishop, my prior message was the one I was trying to cheer, kept running. Oh, no worries. Thanks, Bishop. So yeah, just being very clear, guys. It literally says Arizona v. United States 2012. And also I would pause it to wonder, what question did you bake into it? Oh, thank you, Bombay, for becoming a 6-month subscriber. You were already one for 2 months. Thank you for renewing it out to 6. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I did miss it originally. While in the middle of, no, it wasn't you, it was Potato. Potato did a 2-month subscription. Thank you guys so much. And with that, he said, time flies when you're having fun. Thank you for encouraging me to look up. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
45.
45. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
All right. And what has Donald Trump done in his 8 months of presidency that has earned your continued support?
Well, I could just talk about the last week. I mean, we got TrumpRx.gov.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty impressive that bringing Medicaid prices down.
Yeah,
It
yay
almost seems like the
socialism.
tariffs. It almost seems like the tariffs are working.
Oh, yay socialism.
No, not socialism. It's called
No,
if
that
you
is
want to put
socialism actually. If the government controls like
bring
a
the price of
distributable I don't think you realize this. If the government is controlling a distributable product and they're taking part of the profit from it from a private organization such as Pfizer, for example, then yes, sir, that is in fact socialism. Congratulations. You have endorsed socialism.
Okay, if you say so. I thought the
It
whole point was
is.
to bring the cost of Medicaid down.
Oh, if it
Next
was
week.
actually to bring the cost of medications down, Donald Trump also wouldn't have done a 100% tariff on all pharmaceuticals that are produced outside of the United States. So that kind of
Pfizer
just
can
like
accept it.
outweighed that entirely. Oh, listen, we're going to bring down the cost of your medication, but also we're going to increase it on the upscale part of it, the very upfront cost of it, by doing 100% tariffs, start effective yesterday. So does one
Except for
really
Pfizer.
outweigh the
Pfizer.
other? I don't think it does.
Not Pfizer.
Oh
Pfizer,
yeah, Pfizer
anything-
gets one exception because they signed this
Yeah.
little deal with Donald Trump. Again,
Smart.
socialism.
Tariffs work.
You think that
Tariffs
Pfizer
work.
is the only pharmaceutical company that imports medication? So
No,
is
but
your
they're gonna be all
solution is to
scrambling
just
to-
buy Pfizer products only, even though some people literally can't because prescriptions aren't based upon who makes it? When you're given a prescription from the doctor, whether you're on Medicaid or on private insurance, the doctor doesn't consider who makes this particular pill that I'm prescribing to you. So what you're telling people to do is that if you are on Medicaid, you now should know exactly what equivalent product or prescription medicine is made by Pfizer and specifically ask your doctor for that, and having the potential that Pfizer doesn't even make what you need.
Yeah, it's hypothetical, but the truth is,
No,
if
it's
you're gonna
not
go-
hypothetical. That is a true statement. Is that you are then requiring
You
that
know
people would
every-
have to have knowledge up front of what Pfizer makes that would be the equivalent of what they're already prescribed in order for that to be a direct benefit to them. It would have to be a Pfizer specific product.
Yeah, you got a problem with Pfizer because they're.
I
coming to
don't
the
have a
table.
problem with Pfizer. I don't think you're comprehending what I'm saying, and it's quite obvious to me. So, in order for that to
okay,
benefit people
that's
on
one
Medicaid,
reason.
they would have to get a Pfizer specifically made medicine in order to benefit from that. Everyone else who is not able to get a Pfizer product because Pfizer doesn't make everything is going to have a negative impact thanks to Donald Trump initiating a 100% tariff on all pharmaceuticals produced outside of the United States of
Produced
America.
outside of the United States. Yep, correct. And Pfizer's
Yeah,
pledged
so
to make
now
a $70
everyone is going to
billion
be
investment.
negatively impacted. Congratulations, unless you specifically buy Pfizer through Trump RX.
Okay, well, no, it's for uninsured people. Trump RX is for. It's not for people. He's already negotiated a 100 to 300% most favored nations for people on Medicaid.
Yeah, but
So there's a
specifically
difference.
for
Trump RX is for the
Pfizer
uninsured.
products. Do you not get it? Can you name let's try this. Can you name 3 other pharmaceutical companies? Go.
Yeah, AstraZeneca. There's plenty of them.
I think it's actually AstraZeneca, but it was a good attempt.
Well, they all got caught flat-footed, and they're.
Oh,
they didn't
okay.
even
You don't
see
know.
this coming.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, that was a beautiful and well said brief of that case. Much better than the person who just got it from GPT. I always say B. I can't help it. I don't know why. Yes, Eric, I am the Energizer Bunny. It does happen a lot. Oh, I know. They forget so quickly, Kelly. For Ari, the socialist mermaid. Thank you for the show. You're welcome. I'm not going to read that last one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here. Is this Ari?
Uh-huh. How old are you?
Hi, Ari. My name's Adam, and I'm 22 years old. I'm currently a transportation engineering student. How are you tonight?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, good. So I just wanted to answer the question on the stream.
Are
Am I a Trump supporter?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, I have been a Trump supporter for the longest time. Of course, there are certain qualms I have with him, as with any rational person. But I've heard a lot about your stream, and I just wanted to talk about a few things.
I would just like to know specifically why you are still supporting Trump without bringing up prior conversations.
Okay, well, I was just referencing back to that, but I think the biggest reason why I support Trump is the culture war. You understand that? You understand, behind the culture war? Okay, I don't know if you can hear me right now, but I was just going to say that I support Trump's mass deportation plans and much of his, America First program. I think it's
Yeah,
very
why are we
important.
sending $20 billion to bail out Argentina?
20 billion. Well, what does it have to do with protecting the culture war, American
Oh
dominant
no,
culture?
you just said America first. That would be prioritizing America, the American citizens, our American culture. And what does bailing out Argentina? How is that America first, and how is that protecting American culture?
You know what, Ari? I'll say that's a very good question, but I would say that foreign aid to countries is not necessarily against America's culture.
Oh,
For
then why did
example,
we
we
shut
give
down
aid to the United Kingdom.
USAID?
Hold on. Hey, can we get a moderator on this?
No, this isn't a debate.
We send for. Well, you're acting like it is.
Oh,
We send
interesting. I know
foreign
my
aid to
description
countries.
doesn't have anything about debates in it, neither does any of my subtitles or anything like that. So I literally have the word commentary in there. So yeah, so why did we shut down USAID if foreign aid is now good?
Well, in all fairness, your mannerism and tone is giving off the expression that it is a debate, and we have to look at that. But anyway, back to
Oh,
the original
okay.
point.
So just
Sending,
being
hold on,
stoic means
just
that it's a
give
debate.
me a
Got
second.
it.
Giving foreign aid to particular countries is
I
not
didn't know that
indicative that
stoicism meant that something was a debate.
I can't even get a point in without you interrupting within 10 seconds. Sending foreign aid to other countries is not indicative that Trump is not following his promise on America First principles. Now, we can argue that sending aid to Israel and other such countries is against America First interests. But when we say America First, we mean protecting American culture, shared values, shared customs, shared culture, shared religion. That is the backbone of any society. It is the backbone of not only the United States, but countries like Mexico, Japan, China. If you walked into Japan and imported 30 million immigrants, it would no longer be classified as Japan. I think that's an observable,
We
undebatable
imported 30
fact.
million immigrants?
Well, we actually deported more since the 1970s, over 60 million immigrants since the 1970
We
immigration
immigrated,
reform.
we have imported 60 million immigrants
Of
since the
course, after
1970s?
100%, tens of millions, not only during the Obama, Biden, and Trump's first term, but also several more during this current term through
Oh, how
visas,
many did
through
we
accepting green
import?
cards.
It's such an odd phrase, too. Wait, so I'm sorry, you mentioned Israel. So do you support Israel or
Well, hold
Palestine?
on. Let's hold on. 'Cause
No, because this
I've
actually
watched your
brings
stream
up
a lot.
something else. I'm so
Ari,
glad you're
if
a
I can
fan.
just
Thank you for
respond,
being
if
a
I can just
fan.
respond real quick, I
What did
understand
I
and I
say
will
that
address your
required a
questions.
response?
I will address your questions, but
What
we're going
question
back
did
to
I
the original
ask?
premise. All right, we're going back to the original premise of the question, which was America's culture, preserving our culture through America
Mm-hmm.
First political action. Okay, we're preserving our cultures and our values, and when we import people who do not share those
How did
values,
we import
we are
people?
eroding. Pardon?
How did we import people? It's such an odd phrase.
Well, we did it through the immigration process. Not only that, but allowing them to come in illegally.
Cool.
Now, we
Hold
can
on a
debate
second.
as to whether
I
or
gotta
not
let a
we
dog
have an
outside.
economic benefit,
You'll be
and
fine.
immigrants do have an economic.
Gotta let the dog outside. I literally said hold on, I had to let the dog outside, and I knew he was gonna hang up, but like the dog was whining. She needed to go outside. So sorry. I don't want the dog, like, I'm not cleaning it up. You're not here to help clean me up, like clean it up with me. So it's your problem if you weren't listening to me say, hold on. Gotta let the dog outside. I said it twice. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Awesome. Can you hold on a second?
Yep.
Awesome. Told the dog not to bark. What's she doing? She barking. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, dog gotta go, dog gotta go. All right, thank you for waiting. I had to let the dog back inside. How old are you?
31.
No, you're not. Thank you guys for still being here as well over on TikTok. Y'all are doing amazing. Also, on TikTok, if you're new here, be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already. Thank you guys for knocking out all of these small 1 penny goals. I appreciate it. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, I'm sorry. I had no idea you had to let your dog out. I thought you hung up on me. That was an accident. I wanted to resume this peacefully if we could.
Yeah, no, I tried saying it twice that I had to let her out because she was whining and I knew she needed out. And then I had to let her back in because she was barking at everything.
No, that's all right. I have a dog too. I get it. My mistake. But I did want to just get back to the culture. I saw some people in the chat who referenced, what is American culture? What does it to mean an American? And I just want to touch upon the fact that, yes, immigration does strengthen the United States in many facets. That is undeniable. But we have to also recognize that the mass importation of many, many millions at such a rate is a little too much. And let me explain on that a little more. We need people to come here and assimilate into American culture and values. What we see with mass importations of immigrants is that it's essentially balkanism, in that many parts of the country has enclaves of many millions of people who stick to their own kind. This is de facto balkanization, and this is bad for America. This means that people are not able to assimilate because they have little Mexico, little Haiti, little China. These are issues for American culture. And again, what is American culture? Well, through our legal documents, our founding fathers, our guiding principles, including the likes of Martin Luther King Jr., Thomas Jefferson, the Declaration of Independence, the Gettysburg Address. These are documents that describe American culture. And this is unpopular to say, but we can conclude that American culture is rooted in Christianity, okay? It's American Christianity.
I think you're leaving something out that's kind of important when you're talking about balkanization. What part are you leaving out?
I don't know. How about you tell me?
Oh, so when we're talking about countries breaking up into little factions, it does
which
also
is what's happening. Yes.
Yeah, it also says that they're often hostile. So can you tell me where Chinatown is hostile towards the rest of America? Or how about Little Ireland?
And you got me there. You know what?
Yeah.
I will agree. I probably
and I do
should,
actually kind of take offense to this because my
you are being. Let me just say this. I understand you're very intelligent, but you're being also very condescending. But when I say
because I take
balkanization, I mean
offense
LA,
to
I mean New
the way
York,
that you're
I mean
saying
Miami,
things
I mean
because my
Chicago,
great
I mean Detroit.
grandmother immigrated here from the Czech Republic back through Ellis Island. And the way that I know that I'm still a full quarter Czech, even though I should be less than that, right? Is because she happened to settle down in the same area where my great grandfather was, who also family immigrated from the same area at different dates because there was a settlement that was there, right? Because that's where they immigrated to. So if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't shouldn't even be able to claim that I'm a quarter Czech. So no, I take direct offense to the fact that somehow the little pockets of people from the same region who get
They're
together
not little
because they
pockets of
speak
people.
the
These were
same
historically,
languages
no,
and they
no,
have
that
the
is not
same
true.
culture, and then they can get along
No,
very easily with each other and then get used to
absolutely
the
not.
rest of America. I take great
No.
offense to that. And
And
so
you know what?
what
I
are you
take great
saying, that
offense.
Little
Hold
Italy
on.
shouldn't be a thing and neither should Chinatown?
What I'm saying and what I have already said, and I did not say that, but what I have said is that the mass importation of people stick to their own kind naturally. We see people stick to their own kind not only on state, but county, municipal, local, and tribal levels. And what this does in great numbers is does not allow people to assimilate into the dominant American culture because they are clustered together, surrounded by their homeland country, surrounded by their language, their religion. And that's a problem for the dominant American culture because they do not assimilate. My best
We've
friend
literally
is
never
Cuban. He
required
came here
people
7
to
years
become
ago.
we've literally never required people to assimilate into our culture. Our culture is literally made up of settlers, colonizers, and immigrants. That's literally our culture. So unless you
That's
want to go be
true,
a colonizer, then no, we've
no,
moved on from that, right?
Ari,
We've
that's
moved
not
on
true.
from
You
that
know
part
that.
of our history and our culture of
We haven't
colonization and
moved on because
settling.
it's still happening
Oh, okay.
today.
So where are we
We have not
colonizing?
moved
What are we
on.
colonizing?
Clearly, we have not moved on
Where
if
are we
we're having a
colonizing?
debate right now.
Where are we
It's not
colonizing?
no, we're not talking about colonization or imperialism or any of that sort of conquest. What
Oh,
we are
no, you just said
discussing
it's still
is that
going on today when I brought up colonization. So then that brings up the point of where are we colonizing?
no, I said balkanization. I said
No,
balkanization
yeah,
parts of
but
the
you
country where
said
people
it's
do
still
not
happening
assimilate.
today
They do
when
not
I
assimilate.
brought up settlers and colonization and
Oh,
immigrants, and I specifically said colonization, and you said it's still happening today because I said we should just move past the colonization part of what our original culture was. So where are we still
What do you mean
colonizing? Unless you
colonization
can
of our
say you're
original
wrong.
culture?
That literally
What do you
was
mean
our original
colonization of
colonization.
original culture?
Oh,
Can you
so you're just
clarify
gonna
that?
agree? You're just gonna disagree with the fact that we
Okay,
came
I'll
here
answer.
and then we
I'll answer.
beat down the indigenous population here in order to make it our own?
Well, I will address that is a good
That's
question. And I will address that
colonization.
again. Okay, understood. What I am saying, if you would let me finish,
So is
is
that
that
still occurring? Yes or no? Because now I'm confused.
okay, I'm confused too. I think you're just in ChatGPT mode right now, so I'm trying to
Oh,
pinpoint
I'm in
down.
ChatGPT. Yeah, sure.
You
I've got
really
nothing
are.
open.
I've watched you. You listen. You do it. I've watched you. That's what you do.
I
What
get into
okay.
ChatGPT. Oh, guys, I guess I just learned again today. I am AI. Thank you.
I
I'll
guess
take that as
you
a
are.
compliment, I
Yeah.
guess.
An amalgamation of all sorts of incorrect, false information.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah.
true. The good and the bad. The good and the bad. You are AI, actually. That's
Oh,
right. You're
yeah?
a large language model that
Mhm.
spews out incorrect information
I
half the
mean, you
time.
didn't even realize that we
Absolutely
had a
right.
history of colonization, so that's interesting.
Well, that's true. We have had a history of colonization.
Oh,
But
now
have
you
to
admit
argue.
it. Interesting.
Well, everything's been colonizing. Mexico was colonized beforehand. The United States, Europe, parts of Africa, China, Japan, Korea, all these places have been colonized.
Yeah, and they've
But what
moved
we
away
have to,
from it, but according to you, that's our cult. Like, you've
and,
agreed that that's our
and so
culture and that we should keep with our original culture. Our original
actually
culture
it's
was
the opposite. People are
settlers,
trying to
and then it was
colonize
colonization.
America.
Because even then, like,
Okay.
people forget, like, the Alamo wasn't really
Listen, I
that
get this.
long
You're starting to
ago,
lose the debate.
right?
You're getting
What we did
you're
to
getting a little
Hawaii
defensive. I get it. It's
wasn't
okay.
really that long ago.
Yeah.
We literally colonized Hawaii. We made it illegal for Hawaii to teach their own native language in Hawaii. We did
And
that.
that's right.
We
We
literally
did, and we
colonized
have.
an
We
entire,
have.
just not that long ago.
But
Can
are we
you,
going to
do you
argue, is that a
happen to
good
know
thing or is
when
that a bad
Hawaii
thing?
was a
Because to be
state?
honest with you,
When
colonization
was
was the norm. It was the
Hawaii
norm.
made a state?
Okay.
Do you,
Okay.
do you
And
happen
you
to
know
know?
what? Hey, you know what? You may be right on that.
Oh,
Every
I may
country
be
has
right on it? No,
participated.
that is
Hey,
actually the fact.
listen.
We
Every country
colonized
has
Hawaii. We
participated in
made it illegal
colonization.
for
Every
the
nation
schools
has
to teach their
participated in
native language of
colonization.
Hawaii
You
in
want to talk about
schools. We've
colonization?
literally
Let's discuss
colonized another
whether or not,
country in the last 100 years. So
and so
yeah,
is
I guess
everybody else. So,
we're still
okay, so what
keeping
do we do
this
about
going.
that?
Yeah,
What
that's
do
a
we do
great
about that then?
example. We need to just
Let's
continue
assume
taking
that we've
over other
colonized.
countries, beating
Okay.
down the inhabitants, the
Okay.
original inhabitants,
Yep.
and saying,
Yep.
no, you
We
stop
have.
doing that. I
Yes.
guess Puerto Rico
That's
is going to
true.
be next, right? We're going to make it illegal for them
Absolutely
to
true.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, you're a very smart girl. You're a very smart
Wow.
woman.
So you
Oh,
think that
wow.
we need
You
to make it
are
illegal
really a
for
basket
Puerto
case.
Rico to
You
teach
are
Spanish in
really
their
a basket
schools?
case of knowledge.
Or are we
You are
supposed to
yes.
like make it illegal for Puerto Rico to speak to teach Spanish in their schools, their native language?
Actually, we probably should, but
We
what I'm
probably
saying, that was a
should.
joke. That was
Why
a
why
joke.
do you
I'm
have a
kidding. That was
problem
a
with other
joke.
languages?
That was a joke. Okay, here's what you do. You jump from topic to topic when you're losing, when you're backed into a corner. I know you have the medium here of exchange
Oh no,
of
this is
information.
specifically about
This is your
colonization.
platform.
You talked about the culture of the United States of America. You're getting a little bit
Yes, which is
offended
a
that I'm pointing out
predominantly
to you that the
Christian
United States
white
American culture,
It's a predominantly
Christian
white
white.
culture. Yes,
Let me
of
guess,
course
white
it
men,
is.
right? Specifically white men? Specifically white men?
Are you going to kick me off if I
Do you
say
just
that and
do
run
you
away?
just
Or are
want
you
to
going to
be
answer
a
it head
victim,
on?
sir?
Are
Is
you
it
going to
just that
kick me off like
you
everyone
just
else, or are you going to answer
do
it
you
head
just
on?
want to be
To
the
answer your
victim, sir?
question,
Is
yes.
that what it is?
Pardon?
Are you just
Pardon?
wanting as a white man, are you just wanting to be a victim, sir?
Well, in many ways, we are a victim.
Oh, you
Would you like
are
me
a
to explain?
victim.
Yes.
Wow. What have we done to demoralize you as an American white cisgendered man? What have we done
Well,
to demoralize you?
what have I done? Let me just think about this. What have you done as a person?
No, I
Okay,
actually said we, like as in like
we, right?
America, so
We.
we're just going to try it
Okay.
this way.
Well,
So,
we can't say America as a whole, but we can say particular groups. We can say the
oh, we
media.
can say
We
particular
can say
groups.
minorities.
Oh,
We
can
can
you
say other
actually
groups.
let me try this. Maybe
Actually, I'll
maybe you know
answer.
this
Hold
one.
on. And this is
Can
the
you
problem. You're not
maybe
going to
you
let
know
me get a
this one.
point
Can
in.
you tell me
You're
what
not going to let me get a
percentage?
point
Can
in.
you
You're
tell
not
me
going to
what
let me get a point
percentage
in.
of the
You're just
United
gonna,
States
yeah,
is
look,
white?
you're just leading the conversation
No, I'm
at this
just
point. You
curious.
won't have a
I'm
one-on-one debate.
actually
I'm sure
curious
if you,
what your answer is
okay,
going to be. What is the
yeah.
percentage of
I'm
white people in
curious how
America?
many articles do you have pulled up right now? That's what I'm
None?
curious about. How many articles do you have pulled up?
None.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I can
believe
show
that.
everybody. Like, it's actually really easy. So I can't show the screen that you're on because your phone number's
Right.
up there and I'm not going to leak that information. But I only have 3
Okay, I
monitors. One
appreciate it.
of
You
them I'm
can, but I
looking at
appreciate it.
myself
Thank
this
you.
entire time.
Is that a threat? Okay, right. That's
This
yeah,
is
that's a
going
subtle
to
threat.
be
Thank
what
you
is
very much
up
for
on
that. That was
you'll have to
very
look at my
respectful.
my horizontal stream to see this because I can't put it up
Sure.
because Tiki Taki's a sensitive child.
Okay.
But this
I
is
get it.
actually what's on my screen right now. I'm
Yeah,
actually just looking at my analytics for my
You're very
Twitch,
condescending. You are very
my
condescending.
YouTube, and
Very
then also
condescending.
like this is also open on my other screen where it's literally my OBS where I'm monitoring everything that's going on.
Okay.
And
I
then the other
believe you.
thing that
I
I have
believe you.
open is my
Okay.
TikTok, which looks just
Yeah.
like this. And so
Okay.
that's up there as well. And then I have my TikTok chat open and then all of the
Okay.
chats for all of the streams that I'm running. But you'll have to go back and look it on horizontal. I'm so glad that
Okay.
you
I
think
believe you.
that I would like have to conform to your ideology about what I must be doing to look things up. But I would love to know, can you tell me
What does
yet
that
what
mean?
percentage of
Ideology to look
America?
things up?
Oh, just
What
that
does that
you're
even
like
mean?
self-absorbed
What
to
does that
think
mean?
that
You
you
mean
know what's
ideology to look
happening.
things
Thank
up?
you.
You're too wordy
Rawr.
to say.
Can you tell me what percentage of the
Okay.
United States
Yeah.
is white? Can you tell me that one yet?
Yeah, it's slightly less than 70%. I think it's anywhere. I think it's from like 60 to like 67%, or it might even be less than that. I think we're sliding beneath the majority threshold very soon by
The
like
majority
2050.
threshold. And does that like
Yeah.
scare
Well,
you?
hold on. Let me just get to the point here. Let me just
Does
say
that
this.
scare
I just want to
you?
wrap this up. And
Does
then
that
Ari, I
scare
can go
you?
back to, I can answer any
Does
of your
that
questions.
scare you?
I just want to bring this debate down
Does
to
that scare you?
I want to, turn
Does
down the
that
temperature a
scare
little.
you? And why is it a threshold?
A threshold, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Do you?
threshold
Oh,
of
I know.
50%.
Actually, this
Anything
is a
above
good question. I like that one.
I'll
You
explain.
mentioned
A threshold is
Christianity.
anything.
You
The
mentioned
threshold of
Christianity. Do you
majority
think
is
that Mormons
anything
are
above
Christian?
50%. The threshold is
Do you
anything
think
above
that
50%.
Mormons are
You won't
Christian,
even let
sir?
me answer your question. Here's what you're going to do.
Do you
You
think
cut
that
me off,
Mormons are
you go
Christian?
rambling, and you don't let me talk. That's
Do
exactly
you
what you
think
do.
that
You don't let
Mormons
people
are
talk.
Christians?
What are these questions? What are these questions have
I mean,
anything to do
you're
with this?
literally not
Oh my
answering.
God.
I'm
Because
just
the viewers
you're
on
not
your
answering
call
any
hear
questions
yourself
that
right
I'm
now.
asking.
Do they hear what?
So
Okay.
do you think that
I'm
Mormons are
trying. You're
Christians?
testing my patience. I'm really trying. I'm trying to be
Do you
respectful.
think that
But you're
Mormons
cutting me
are
off.
patient or
You're asking me all
Christians?
these questions. Okay, how many stars are in the galaxy? Like,
I don't
what were the
know.
questions?
But do you, no, this
What
is
were the
I'm
questions?
asking you your personal opinion. Do you think that Mormons are Christians?
Let me ask you this. Do you think a multicultural nation
Do
can
you
fit
think
together?
that Mormons are Christians?
Do you think that cultures, beliefs, and
Do you think
religions
the Church of
have
Latter-day
to
Saints
play
are
into a
Christians?
cohesive nation? Or
Do
do
you think
we're
that
all
the
one
Church
thing
of
and
Latter-day Saints, commonly known as Mormons, are Christians?
oh my God, I can't even.
No, I'm
All right,
asking for your personal opinion. I
please.
didn't know that this was so
I
hard.
let you ramble.
Do you
I let you
think
do your monologue.
Do you
I let you
think
ramble.
that the
Can you
Church of
just give me a
Latter-day
minute?
Saints, the LDS, commonly known as Mormons, are
Man,
Christians?
man, I feel bad for the other gentlemen who were talking to you prior to me because this is
Do
just
you
impossible.
think that the
Impossible to
Church
talk
of Latter-day Saints, aka Mormons, are Christians?
Do you think the 50 million plus Latinos that are rioting across the country
Do you
is
think
hurting
that the Church of
American?
Latter-day Saints, aka Mormons, are Christians? I'm
What do you,
wondering why you can't even
is this a
answer this
religion about
question.
debate?
Do you care
Because
about
these
the
questions are
do you
ridiculous.
care
They
about
have
the
nothing to do with the
Christians in
premise.
Palestine that are
I'm
being
saying,
killed by
all I'm
Israel right
saying,
now?
back to the original point,
Do
is that
you
Donald
care
Trump
about
said
the
America first
Christians
by
in
conservative
Palestine that are being killed by
white
Israel right now?
Christian culture, white Christian culture. That is what the premise of the America First movement was through
Oh,
Donald Trump.
I actually have
When you
news for
have
you.
mass
So,
importation
Dow
of
versus
tens of millions of
United States.
people,
I actually
they are
have news
not
for you.
able
This is
to
probably,
assimilate properly.
I
When they
think
do
that
not
this might blow
assimilate
your mind.
properly,
Hey, buddy, are
they're
you
not able to
familiar
get
with,
behind our
hey,
values
buddy,
of
okay,
justice,
I think the
freedom,
answer is going to be no.
Constitution,
Do you happen to be familiar with this case? It's called, it's Dow versus United States. It's a Supreme Court ruling from 1914. Have you ever heard of it before?
Ambler versus Euclid. I mean,
No. Have you ever heard of Dow versus United States 1914 before?
I'm going to bring it back to what we were
Okay. No, because you just said white Christians. You just said white Christians. So this is important. When I was asking you about Christians in Palestine, about the Christians in Palestine being killed by Israel, so I'm gonna help you out with something, dude. And I don't know if you know this at all, okay? But according to a Supreme Court ruling in 1914, Arabs, people from the Middle East that are Christian are white.
Wow, you are a real smart cookie. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's Dow versus United States 1914 Supreme Court ruling because the white men in the Supreme Court in 1914 didn't want to admit that Jesus is brown. So they ruled in favor of an Arab immigrant. They ruled in favor of an Arab immigrant because he was Christian, and they have declared that all Arab Americans that are Christian are in fact white. So it's very interesting that you're saying that you only care about white Christians, and I mean that's very interesting. So again, are Christians in Palestine being killed? Is that something you care about? Because according to our United States Supreme Court, they are white. They are white. So you don't care about you don't care about Christians across the world, as long as they're not what fit your picture of white. It's okay. You can keep crying. It's okay. Oh, it's all right. It's okay. Keep crying, Pookie Pie. Since you're not able to answer the question, and I just want this to be very clear for everybody in the chat, the Church of Latter-day Saints, aka the Mormons, as everybody colloquially knows them as, they are in fact fall under the umbrella of Christianity, just like Catholicism also falls under the umbrella of Christianity. It's very telling that you couldn't say, not even once, that you consider the Church of Latter-day Saints, aka Mormons, Christian. And this was asked by another white man that was trying to ask me this for you, like he's a sub, so I was, asking it. He even just paid again to ask. He's like, let me help caller. Are we, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, are we Christian? Yeah, literally they're Christian. They believe in Christ. And I also find it very interesting, again, that you couldn't even admit that Palestinians that have a darker skin tone than you or I are in fact considered white because they celebrate the Christian faith. Not only that there was a later Supreme Court ruling about 20 years after that expanded the ruling that all Middle Easterns, regardless of religious affiliation are considered white. So, yeah, I know that you want to be hung up and you want to be a victim so badly as a white man in the United States of America that you just want to talk about white Christians. Well, sir, I'm going to give you a hint that the very first freedom that is granted to American citizens in the United States by the very First Amendment in the United States Constitution is freedom of religion. I'm sorry, Christianity is not the primary religion of the United States. It literally says that Congress cannot establish a primary religion of the United States of America. Christianity will never be considered the primary religion of the United States of America unless we completely change the entirety of the Bill of Rights, which cannot be done from what I understand. So it's very interesting that you would try to say that. I'm so sorry that you just want to be a victim so badly because I guess a woman denied you of sex is what I'm guessing. So now you're just over here being a little incel. I honestly hope you never reproduce. But I just want to be very clear. Like, you just have this whole issue with everybody that is not a white man. You've made that very clear. You don't like brown people. You don't like black people. You don't even like white Europeans, which is crazy to me because you brought up Little Italy. Italians are white, but you don't even like Little Italy. You're fucking weird, bro. So if we go down to your logic and we take out even more, right? We take out like everybody that's from any European country, you're going to be left with the United States population that is literally 0% white because you're taking away all of the white people. You're literally taking away all of the white people based off of your definition because all of us white people are from Europe. We're all from Europe, bro. We're all from fucking Europe. But you don't even like European white people. Jesus. Are you okay? Sir, I think you need to go back to church and pray because you are not a man of God. If you consider yourself Christian, you have fucked up so bad. You are like the worst example of a Christian human being on this planet that I hope you go back and read your Bible. You need to go back and read your Bible. You need to learn because you are a very poor example of what a Christian should be. I'm sure you also don't believe in actually making sure that our children in this country are fed. Like, can you remind me what Jesus said about immigrants, actually? Let's go back to immigrants, okay? I would love for you to remind me what Jesus said about immigrants. He said, give me your poor, give me your needy, give me your hungry, and we'll feed them, right? Like, and he also said, take care of the immigrants, for you were once an immigrant in Israel? Wow. I'm so sorry. Jesus is in fact an immigrant, but because Jesus is from the Middle East and Jesus is in fact have brown skin, you yourself would be one of the sad people that would say that Jesus has to come in the legal way or he's going to suffer from deportation. You are definitely one of those people. You are definitely one of those people. You are not a Christian, sir. I think you need to wash your mouth out with soap because you, sir, are not a Jesus. You are not a Christian. You, sir, need to wash your mouth out with soap. You, sir, are not a Christian. You are not a Christian. You, sir, need to wash your mouth out with soap because you 100% have no Christian values, aren't Christian in any way, shape, or form. You don't care about other people, and that's fucking apparent. You want to be a victim so bad as a white man in America. I bet you don't even believe that white privilege exists. Are you so upset that a woman has never touched you, that you've never felt the touch of a woman, that you are this way, that you are so against everyone else, that you believe in this great replacement theory? Like, I'm like, whoa, bro, calm down. I'm going to help you out. Prostitution is okay in some areas. Like, go to Las Vegas. You can literally pay for a prostitute in front of a cop and they'll let you do it. So go do that, bro. Did he say that, Kelly? Thank you, Jessica, for the 50. Jessica said, keep up the good work. I love you. Fight for what is good in this world. Fuck the bullshit. Fight the nonsense and protect what is precious to all of us. You're welcome, Jessica. That is exactly what I'm here for. I like that one, Letha one. Letha one, I can't put it up on the screen, but Letha one said that he needs some legal leafy green, Mary Jane. I believe it. Bishop, thank you for sending out 5 more subs on the Purple app. Oh, he probably is still yapping, kind of similar to like when I put him on hold to go let out a dog and he was upset and hung up. Yeah. So that was an interesting way to end the live. That's a good point too. JG, I'm gonna say that. Yeah, I agree, man. He should have. Yeah, if you guys received a gifted sub from Bishop over on the Purple app, be sure to say thank you. Yeah, he kept saying, let him finish. Yeah, you know he's got to finish first. That's for sure. Oof. Oh, my goodness. Of course, Bishop, I recognize that there are a ton of religions that fall under the Christianity umbrella. And it's important for people to realize that Christianity is, in fact, an umbrella of religions, and it all falls underneath that. Like Catholicism falls under Christianity. If someone that is Catholic thinks that they're not Christian, there is literally something wrong with them. Someone to go on a whole diatribe talking about, you know, maintaining our culture and that immigrants have to assimilate should never ever call themselves Christian. You are literally going against the words in your Bible that you're supposed to be following. Congratulations. I hope that helps. Really quick TikTok. I'm going to mute you guys for just a second. I'll be right back. Just so you're aware. I will be right back. All right. Twitch, YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and end for the night. Personally, I'd be rocking a Comer after Ari framing. You're welcome. I'm going to end for the night. I will not be live tomorrow. It is my night off. Fridays are my night off. So I'll be back on Saturday morning, probably about 12 noon Eastern. So come back then. I'm not sure exactly what topic's going to be up here. It might be this. It might be the support hotline. We'll find out. But I'm going to go ahead and end for the night. If you haven't already hit that sub button, hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. If you are over on Twitch, hit that follow button. And be sure to turn on your notifications so you know exactly when I go live and when I post a video. Y'all have a good night. And also, just for that last guess, hail Satan, fuck your white privilege. Saying the white person